Preview. As SIDS delegates are gearing up to attend the special event called Civil Society Summit later today, the Caribbean Natural Resources Institute is preparing to present its position paper named The Caribbean We Want. In the last months, CANARI worked on this paper with various civil society organizations all across the region after realizing that CSOs were being marginalized from the SIDS4 process.
Priorities are that governments should partner with civil society to deliver sustainable development. The priority is that more support is needed to enable local green and social enterprises, which can be an engine of inclusive and sustainable economic development. We felt that justice needs to be incorporated at all levels of governance. So this is environmental justice, climate justice, social justice, gender justice, that this really is not being integrated into governance in a meaningful way in SIDS, it's in Caribbean SIDS. And finally, that all development we do must benefit nature and benefit social development.
Various civil society organizations give their view on the Caribbean they want.
I am hoping for a Caribbean where we have moved away from the hush culture and we have a lot of people sharing their experiences and just talking about how we can make the Caribbean great, because obviously individuals with disabilities, we have a voice and we have a right to have life as beautiful as anybody else who doesn't have a disability.
I would like to see a Caribbean where biodiversity and ecosystems are not only respected, but people understand them as a cultural asset, part of the cultural heritage of the Caribbean, something that we could all stand together and be proud of.
The Caribbean we want is to see where the youths are empowered from the inside, and they are the ones who are going to form or be the future. So to make them resilient, one of the things that we are proposing or even piloting, trying to pilot, is something called as a soulful living. The current education programs has STEAM, STEAM, which has creativity, which has mathematics, and we are proposing one of the soft skill, which is soulful living, where we are empowering, it's a change in the mindset, and also it's a soft skill where the youth can think of an inside out approach, being mindful of their decisions, short-term goals versus long-term goals, being respectful to nature, being respectful and being in their form of dignity.
I think that we would need a Caribbean that is more resilient and able to collaborate. I think that the regional infighting that we're seeing at the moment is to a detriment of all the nationals and especially young people. I think we should be trusting young people more to take the lead. The Caribbean I want would be a Caribbean where health, education, a safe environment are guaranteed and are accomplished through consultation, by actively working together. That's the Caribbean I would want.
We need a Caribbean that will address our issues all round, including indigenous and grassroots peoples, marginalized groups who often face the stresses of climate crisis. We need equitable funding. We need to be around the table where voices can be heard so we can address situations that are affecting us. The Caribbean we want is a Caribbean that holds hands with all groups, where we can be fully represented.
What I would like to see is a bit more, well, it's happening now, especially from a CSO standpoint, more collaboration between the CSOs, because what I've realized going to workshops and so forth throughout the region is that we all have similar issues and we do the same type of job on the ground. So I would like to see for us to foster a closer relationship with CSOs in the region so that we can share our ideas and so forth moving forward in order for us to have this Caribbean that we want.